Hi everyone, today I'm here with my brother Chris.
Hello.
He is visiting us from California, and no matter where you grew up, I'm sure you can remember a sign of a coming season. Like in Texas they have the blue bonnets, or here we have such beautiful fall colors. Well, we grew up in Las Cruces, New Mexico, which is the southern part of the state, and for us that was the harvest of the green chilies and then roasting them and getting ready for storage. So Chris is going to tell you a little bit about how we did that, because it differs from how everyone does it today.
Sure. So about every Labor Day we'd get together and the chilies would be getting harvested out of the fields, and we'd go pick up our chilies, and everybody in the neighborhood would do this. It was like a southern New Mexico thing, right? And everybody would be having a great time. You could hear music out and everybody having fun, and we'd roast the chilies. We'd peel them, put them into Ziploc baggies and freeze them so we can enjoy them for the rest of the year, because green chili in southern New Mexico, you eat it all year round. So anyways, our favorite place to go to as a family restaurant was a little place called Sopapillas, and we're wearing some shirts from there.
Their logo is Stuff It.
Exactly. And Joe and Julie had their rehearsal dinner there. Our family, my dad's retirement was there. This family restaurant just meant so much to us, and their chili relleno recipe was just the best. That's what we grew up on. So while we were roasting the chilies, we had these nice fresh roasted chilies, make some fresh chili relleno. So today we're going to share Chopi's chili relleno recipe with you.
All right. So one day I wanted to make rellenos, and I called my mom to get the recipe, and so right now I have it written on this, and guess what it is? It's a Monopoly game playing card that I had, so I've kept it on here. I have a couple different versions. We made a family cookbook and it's in there as well, but don't worry, we're going to get you the recipe later on, but I'm going to go through the steps of what you need to make these. So first of all, we have our ingredients, and we have our roasted and peeled green chilies. We've already done all that hard work. We have cheese, and it calls for Longhorn Colby, which is hard to find. So I've gotten lazy over the years and I just buy the cheese sticks like a cheddar. I do a Colby Jack. And then you'll need some flour too. And for your batter, you're gonna need eggs, and they'll be separated, and we'll go over that in a minute. But for now, we're gonna show you how to stuff them. So you're gonna get your chili. And these are really tiny this year. We had some great Pueblo ones, which I don't like to admit because I'm a native New Mexican, but we used Pueblo last year, and they're finding you're gonna just do a little tiny slit in the top, and then you're gonna take your cheese stick, and for these I had to kind of break it apart, and you're gonna just slide it into your chili like that. Simple as that. So it's in there, and then you're gonna roll it in your flour. Hopefully you can see that, and then set them aside. And so that's the process for stuffing the chili. All right, so we've got all of the chilies ready. They've all been floured and stuffed, and now we wanted to show you the eggs. So we got our whites. You have to separate them into stiff peaks, and then your yolks are separate, and you mix them up really well. So Chris is gonna go ahead and just fold those in, and that's gonna be the batter, basically. So a lot of times if you've had rellenos in the past, they might have sort of a pancakey taste. Well, these have a really light, nice coating on them, so they fry up really well. All right, so we're ready to fry these up, and so we've got a pretty large pan here. You can use an electric skillet too. I've done that in the past, because you want to be able to put as many in as you can while the oil is at the right temperature. The way I test it is I put a little bit of that batter in just to see, well, that's a lot, but a little batter to see if it'll start sizzling, and it will. So then your next step is you're gonna start grabbing your rellenos and just kind of dipping them in your batter like that. And you've got one coated, and then drop them in, and then just kind of keep in your mind the order you're putting them in the pan so you know when to flip them. So we'll just keep dipping and frying, and then flipping them when they're a nice golden brown. And you want to have a plate with some paper towels ready to put these in on. If you have another way of capturing grease, then that's what you do. And we were kind of laughing because the recipe calls for lard, which, you know, nobody really does anymore, but I bet it makes them taste a lot better. On our rehearsal dinner, Chris was telling you guys about the electricity went out. It was 113 degrees that day, and the ladies that cook at Chopi's were back there on the gas stoves just cooking these rellenos away, so everybody still got their food and lots of margaritas, so it was still a really fun time. So we're gonna keep frying these. You'll see how it fried up nice and golden brown, and that's what you're looking for before you flip them. And so we'll keep doing that, and then at the end we'll show you what the finished result is.
So we talked about the golden brown color you want to have, and you can see Julie has that to perfection here. So this is what you want them to look like after they're all done.
So here's our finished plates. My husband Joe made some red sauce and some green chili sauce and some Spanish rice. We're missing beans just because we don't eat them all the time, but that would be another staple, and maybe a light salad. So our rellenos are on the side. My brother Chris said in northern New Mexico they tend to smother them, and so that's another way you can eat them, and you can just do a relleno plate. But we're gonna enjoy this now. We're back after eating our nice New Mexican dinner, and so now we're getting ready to have a sopapilla. This is a traditional way to end a meal. We're gonna put some honey. We got that here, and that's what we'll be doing in a minute. If you want the recipe for the rellenos, we're gonna post that on the Senior Center website, and we hope you'll go and try and let us know how you liked it. We had a good time today, didn't we?
We did, and thank you for the nice sopapillas, Joe. Great job.
You're welcome.